See, why do I say that is what you are able to relate to. For a common man, he stays in a house, he's able to relate more to a house. House becomes a commercial properties or retail properties. They are generally taken or bought by a business sense. Does this place, does this rental, does the return on investment suits me? That's not the case with residential property. Oh, this is a good property. This society is really good. Oh, that's a nice status symbol to be in. So you go by, your own. There's a lot of demand, and certain good pieces, they attract a lot of brand value in themselves. So a landmark becomes a brand value in itself. Oh, my house is there, or oh, my office is there. So that also drives a lot of appreciation in the property. See, what happens is then in a luxury segment, the investments are high, and generally you put have a high investment when your sentiment is right. It all depends on the sentiment. So sentiment is going up, and whatever I'm buying is going up, and it also depends on the a lot of market mobilization. When I buy a luxury property, I generally sell one property to buy another property, which is not happening on Yamuna Expressway. If you're buying a 22 lakh rupees apartment, that's the most of the market belongs to the actual buyers or the actual users. So that is where they really come in, and as the project progresses, they are ready to pay a premium over the original booking price and get in. So that drives a very high demand between a raw material to a finished product. So that's not what would I say, an appreciation, but that's a difference between a raw material when you book and make an initial booking to the point when it is delivered. So that's kind of an appreciation that's always available. And most of the customer is always in the economical segment in real estate, which is, and this market will move when everything starts moving. What you need to really look at when you're franchising your retail property, we're talking about retail property, right? When we're talking a retail property to a particular brand, what you need to look at is what are you expecting from that particular sub-market from that particular brand. Let's say, for example, there are certain brands which will be very happy with Sahara Mall in Gurgaon. There are certain brands which will be very happy with those two malls which are there on the MG Road, and there will be some brands which will be happy in the ambience. But there's a huge rental difference, there is a huge ROI difference, and there is a huge difference on the kind of people that you want your brand to visit and the kind of people who will come in and appreciate your brand. Now, if you're a low segment brand, start an ambience mall with high rentals, you're gonna fall. So that's a very systematic decision that you need to take. And based on that is the whole rentals and the appreciation. Why do we say real estate is for everyone? See, today is a market where there are all segments available. You can buy a house in various ranges and various segments and various options available. Real estate has been traditionally one segment which has grown all the time, all the stages. Initially, what you need to do is you need to consolidate your small blocks to make it a big block to be able to initially get into a real estate. And then you are also now helped by banks and loans and a lot of other factors and segments so that you can make your small savings into a big real estate investment, which in the long run has favored the most. And it's a hard product. It's something which is not very, very volatile as compared to many other products. You would not see 1 crore property going down to 50 lakhs. Even in a case of a correction, you might see it to go to 90, 85. So it's a very, very stable thing. It's not that one government changes or the government collapses and the stock market goes from one point to other. That does not really happen with real estate. See, franchising is one of the best opportunities which is available to youngsters today or the young entrepreneurs today. I think a lot of young entrepreneurs, it is a much wider decision to to take a franchise first, learn the nuances of a business, rather than starting your own new brand. Because what sells today are big brands, and to make a big brand, there is a lot of investment, there's a lot of thought process, there's a lot of learning that you need to do before you really launch or set up your brand. So franchising is one place where you get to work with reputed brands, where you get to work with brands which already have a strong presence in the market, and you're able to leverage on the existing brands that are there. So franchising is the best way for you to get into any business, and I think I will tell all youngsters and the young entrepreneurs that this is the route that you should take when you're becoming an entrepreneur for the first time. Major challenges in real estate, there's one biggest challenge is delivery and the delivery capability. A lot of the big brands when a developer gets into a project, the easiest way to think that I'll be able to deliver the project is that I'll rope in a contractor will build it, I just have to pay money. It does not really happen like that. There are many factors that come in. So the first thing that's most important is the delivery. Second, what you need to, before you think about real estate, what you need to think about the title of the property, the documentation, the legalization. What does the really property stands for? Will you be able to get this registered in your name? Will you be able to get a loan on that? When you transfer it to future generations, will your future generations be proud of the fact that yes, you bought this property at that point of time? Because if you make one wrong decision, it's not just you who's gonna be punished, it is also your generations which are going to be punished because you made one wrong decision. So what you need to really ensure is the title of the property, the delivery capability, and ensure that the people that you're working with are honest and transparent so that your products are delivered on time. Most important. Delhi to Master Plan 2021 is a great exciting opportunity for developers, for landowners, for a lot of people who are coming in. But this is one opportunity which will be available to a selected few, because whatever will come in will be coming in a mid-segment or a higher range. You would not see an apartment less than 80 lakhs to 1 crore in a 2-bedroom category. You would not see, so this is a one segment. Delhi will be able to grow to a nice equation. You will see a lot of good places to stay in Delhi, and you will have a lot of farmhouses and a lot of green spaces which were not available to a small investor to buy a farmhouse. Those things will really get available. Delhi will get more exciting, and will get more exciting place to be in times to come with the Master Plan 2021.